Okay, so I am sure the team has informed you this is a testimonial call. I mean, testimonial interview, so that we could know more about your experience with NovoVA, working with your VA. But I find that these calls were also helpful in getting feedback, whether it's positive or constructive, on
Mhm.
what has been working so far and what has not been working or what needs improvement on. So you can we want to elicit all of those answers in this call as well. So
Okay.
first off, I would like to thank you for being our continued customer with your VP, with continuously availing of our VP services. And prior to getting our availing of a VP, what was the one problem that you experienced that our company has helped you solve?
I think when we first signed up with you guys, we were really looking for somebody that could join our team and do a lot of the admin and some of the estimating. Uh, we're a pretty small business, and um, we were looking to hire somebody, and we just could not afford somebody in our local market. And we had done some recruiting, and nobody seemed to really fit. And when we interviewed the options that you guys put in front of us, we were really excited about the VA that we chose. And she's been with us now for a couple years, almost a couple years, and she's been doing a great job. She started out as an estimator, learned our estimating process, and then from that point, she transitioned into um, helping out with some of our admin collections, our customer communication. She had a good knowledge and a background of Microsoft programs, and she fit right into our process. Um, yeah, so I hope that answers the question.
I think it does. I have a follow-up though. Are there
Yeah.
any specific um, sort of results that have been resolved or delivered since you availed of your VA?
I think for us, we had never used a virtual assistant, so in the beginning we had to like change our process, and we did it so that we could be more efficient. Um, and so seeing our business transform from something that was very everyone in the same room getting stuff done to now having to include uh, a person that was halfway around the world. It was difficult at first, but it has allowed us to become uh, more fluid in our business and expandable, right? And so we are a small company, but we have ambitions to continue to grow. And so by adding a virtual assistant into our process, opened up the doors and so to speak to scale our business. And we have another virtual estimator now, and so we're starting to add to our team and continuing to grow our business with this new platform now. And so when we first signed up with you, it was like a 2 month period where it was a little bit of a struggle for us on our end, not on your guys' end,
Yeah.
just to get used to the whole process. But I think we've got it locked down now, and our AR has gone way down. So our collections, because we're able to get through our projects really quickly. A bunch of the work is done behind the scenes, and it's not something that I have to physically touch anymore. The softwares are all online, and so when we finally got that job description kind of lined out, and our VA knew what she was doing, it just made everything go so much smoother. Um,
Yeah, so you did mention that growth is really one of your goals, right?
yeah.
And scaling. And how has your VA helped you with doing that? And how instrumental was she in the process of doing that?
So right now, our VA handles all of our job closeouts, and our invoicing. And so once we have completed a job in the field, all that information is then gathered, and our RVA puts it all together in a nice email format and emails it to our client. She also fields questions and helps bridge the gaps if there are any, and then kind of helps us get to the next step for a collection side. So she'll create the invoice, he'll do follow-up calls, and our AR, the days to collect went from like 120, 150 down to, I think we're usually in that 30 to 45 day range now.
Very tangible results. Has
Hmm.
it like helped you free up some time for your personal life or to do other stuff as well? Or are you still in that space where
Well,
uh
we're always growing, so
you're
once I
still
took that,
working a lot?
yeah,
I
once I
see.
took that hat off and gave it to somebody else, I just put on some more, and
Okay, well,
continued to push. But I could see in the near future, we probably even consider for myself as the owner, a VA to, or even the one we've got, might continue to um, add things on her plate, like even checking my emails and going through some of the calendar invites and some of the basic stuff that I spend about 2 hours a day on, can easily be done by somebody else, and then maybe just an update or a phone call, and we can get up to speed because that only take 20 minutes at the most, right?
yeah, admin work can really be a pain. And, as the owner of my own businesses, I think the hardest part for me as well was delegating or trying to let
Hmm.
go. So I
Yes.
still do
Yep.
kind of the some of the admin work in my business myself, but it is a process that we would also like to help our clients do, which is to delegate like a science. Well,
Yeah.
I guess that's something all of us need to learn. So maybe you can tell us about how our internal team has contributed to the process. Have you felt supported by like Roche, our virtual office manager, or like the recruitment team, or even Bell throughout the process of onboarding your VA?
I think in the beginning it was just getting us connected. Outside of after we kind of just took over, we don't deal a lot with Novo directly. It's just our VA that we deal with. Um, but if we had any concerns, I do trust that they would be dealt with. We just got lucky in the person that we have is fantastic, and
That's
she's a part of our team. She joins our team meetings. We have designed our space so that when we have our meetings, she can see the meeting and interact with our team on the daily. We have her a part of our communications app, and so she's constantly giving updates or communicating with my team. And so she's really is a part of our company, and I think um, that probably helps her as well get engaged with what we're doing, um, and it allows our team also to see her as a part of the team. So,
So I think seamless integration into the your particular work environment is very important too.
mhm.
And I'm glad that your VA has been able to do that. Not always easy, but it's worth the task, right? So
Yes.
so if you could sum up your experience with like one sentence with our company, like what sentence would that be?
Uh, I would say that my experience overall with NovoVA has been wonderful. The a seamless transition into the role, uh, your network. I think there are some other VAs that are working for other Purocleans in the business, and they have been a resource for our VA, and so that has been transformational in our development with our team and our VA's development, getting to know our product.
Okay, now for the hard question for us. If there's one thing that you think we could still improve or something we could add to our process, what would that be so that, we also continuously improve
I
ourselves?
would say, I mentioned estimating earlier. Um, if there was, this might be a big ask, but if there was like a training program that could help train some of your VAs on the estimating softwares that we use, I think that would be a huge help. We spent a lot of time with our VA to get her to that spot. As I continue to grow my business, that would be probably the biggest pain point is that the amount of training that has to go in, um, and having somebody with a base knowledge right out of the gate would be beneficial.
Okay, that really could be something we explore in the future and offer to future clients and existing clients as well, right? So I appreciate
Yeah.
it. I appreciate you being candid about it.
Mhm.
And it was lovely to meet you in person in the Puroclean convention. Are you
Yeah.
going to the Interconnect one this March, or are you joining that one, or no?
I'm not doing Interconnect. I will be at the Puroclean one in, I think it's Dallas.
Okay, I might miss that one. I'm giving birth in June, but
Oh,
me and
congratulations.
yeah, I think one of our team members will be able to make it.
Yeah.
So you'll be
Well, I
able to
look
meet
forward to
some
seeing
other
them.
people in the team. And
Yeah.
hopefully next year I'll be able to catch the next one.
I have a question. How many Purocleans have signed up with NovoVA since we've started?
So we have 14 Puroclean franchises right now. Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
we
That's exciting.
wanted to grow it a bit more.
Yep.
So and also like that's why we're doing the Core Logic convention as well to expand to other restoration companies. We wanted to keep it into a niche market first so that we could really deep dive into the particular industry.
Hmm.
So now we're exploring ways to keep clients happy, of course, and not just focus on growing to the point where our bandwidth can handle it. So this testimonial call is to get your insights as well. So in one of my previous calls, I think their issues would have been the conductivity of the VAs. So glad you're not experiencing any of those yet. Um,
Okay.
no internet issues for your VA, right?
We did have some issues. Power went out. There was storms that were going through.
Okay, okay.
Uh, and so we did have a difficulty where we didn't have access to some of the estimates that were in our VA's queue. And so we had to, I think, put some, backdoor access to at least if something were to happen, we can log in and get access to the estimates. Yeah. But we've mitigated that issue already. And so I think if there was a power outage, it'd be very little impact to our business, unless it was extended like a month or like a week long or something, then it would be difficult. But
So far, we have not experienced like a week-long power outage.
yeah, maybe 24 hours. And then when the big storm surge, it was a couple days. But other than that, it's been pretty minor.
But the training program would really have to be a priority for us because I think that's also one common sentiment. So, I mean, I hope you
Yeah.
stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I mean, we spent lots of time getting her up to speed, and she did a great job. She's a quick learner. And so if there was somebody out there that maybe didn't have that skill set, it would be even longer. And I could see difficulty, as you continue to grow your business. Um, the softwares are relatively uh, simple in nature, but they are huge. And
Yeah,
and then there's a lot of like knowledge that different buildings are made differently in different parts of the world, and so there's some construction knowledge that needs to happen there. Uh, but as far as like the Xactimate software, when I asked my VA, we did some training, some in-person trainings, or it's not in person, but Zoom trainings, and I gave her the task of creating her dream house, right? In as a practice, and I gave her some links to watch videos and some YouTube videos, and within 3 days, she had a drawing that came back and an Exactimate layout that was better than I could do. So, for 3 days to pick that up that quickly was exciting to see.
Okay, so maybe we can, capitalize on that and
Yeah,
replicate it to other
she
viewers.
probably spent 3 days training and looking at online stuff, and that was enough information to really give her a basis to go after, and then she could draw properties and make modifications and edits pretty quickly.
Okay, sounds like your VA is really up to speed and, learning
Yeah,
well on the job.
yep, yeah. I think that would be a critical part for your business to look for people who are self starters. You
Yeah,
know,
I agree. I agree. Always talent recruitment is also a big step in
yeah.
placing talent. So we always tend to make sure that we recruit the best or at least the most well-equipped ones. Not always a perfect system, but I think it works most of the time.
It one thing I would suggest too is try to establish a network behind the scenes
Okay.
for the VAs that are on the same kind of field.
Okay.
So um,
I'm
you know,
interested.
we yeah, I think they could learn off each other and help. That might be good, and then they may not feel like they're isolated in their job or their role. There's other people that are doing things that are
Because
pretty
it's easy
cool.
to feel that when you're working from home, right? Like this is
Yeah,
a real job. There's no office culture of that some sort, right?
yeah, and I think when we brought her into our morning meetings, um, I think that changed a little bit. She could then see who she was working with, and we were talking with her directly. And I think that changed even probably her enjoyment in the business. So you're not just talking behind a screen, you know, or a keyboard, so to speak, right?
That's good. Okay. I took note of those and is it okay if I also share it across like our client base and that particular tip that bring them into your morning meetings? Because it
Yeah,
sounds like not everyone does that. And
yeah,
it sounds like a helpful thing to sort of assimilate
yeah.
in.
We've got our like production meeting area. We put a big TV up, and we project a screen, and so sometimes she's on there, she'll talk, and then we'll talk and interact with her. We've got a few webcams set up in our area, so.
Well,
Mhm.
sounds like you put in a lot of work into getting her
Mhm.
um, assimilated into the work culture. And I really, really thank you for that, for going over and above what a customer would do in, hiring talent, remote talent.
Yeah,
So really appreciate it. So thank you so much
yeah,
for that, for those efforts.
yeah. I hope she's with us for a long time. So we are
Well,
anticipating
we're
that.
here to make sure of that.
Okay.
So I don't want to take up much of your time. I think we've had a productive chat. Thank you so much for putting aside
Mhm.
time to talk to me. And if you have any other issues that you experience, you can always reach out to the team, even to me directly. My email, and I'll be happy
Okay.
to go back on any concern.
That sounds great. Hmm.
Thank you,
All right.
Ryan. I'll give
Yep.
back the rest of your time today.
Thank you, Katrina. You have a good day. Bye.